Patience.
Yesterday about Brendan McCullum taking over both roles and extending his contract to 2027. Just your reaction to that firstly?
Yeah, I think really exciting. Obviously, extending with us Red Bull players for a while, which is awesome for us. I think he was contracted till the end of the Ashes, so I think it's awesome for us to have him for as long as we can. And then obviously the crossover into the white ball stuff's really exciting. I think we've seen the impact he's had on us as a test team, as individuals and as a team in general, which I think he can then transfer into the white ball stuff as well. He brings the best out of each other. He's a real optimist, and I think that's really good in the cricket world. So very exciting for English cricket overall.
How has he impacted you personally?
Yeah, I think he's just sort of given that confidence and that freedom, and I think he's got a great outlook on the game in general, and just being able to kind of draw a line under your best and your worst weeks as well, and I think that's probably one of his biggest skills as a player, but now he's sort of got that into his coaching as well, and like I said, he's a massive optimist, and he's never going to have your badge. He's a thinker of the game, and he thinks a lot about it, but he's never going to have your badge for playing a positive shot. And I think so when you want to go and do that, you know, kind of as a batter, for example, if you've made a mistake in your own game, but the last one, I guess, you feel like you need in a test match is being criticised sometimes by the coach. I think the way he kind of talks about batting in general is a real, in a real positive way.
And as a Red Bull specialist, as the vice captain of this test team, are you concerned at all his attention on the test team might be diluted by the one day the white ball jobs?
I'd be very surprised. I think the way he's come in, I kind of understand him as a person, him how he works. I'd be very surprised if he gave that impression at all. He's obviously going to have a little bit more time on the road with busy winter ahead. But I think the way he is as a person, when you're with him, he's 100% with you. So I'm sure that won't affect that at all.
In terms of this final test, you've named your team. Josh Holl comes in. What have you seen in him?
I mean, he's obviously got a massive ceiling, and he's pretty massive himself as well, which is pretty handy as a bowler. So when you're 6'7", you can get it down to pushing up to the 85-90 mark, and with a bit of swing with the left arm angle. There's a lot to like about it. So I think it's a real exciting week for him. Clearly, it's the last match of the series. We're 2-0 up, but I think he's obviously still going to have those nerves coming in, but we know what he can do moving forward, and it's a great week for him to come in, learn a little bit, and show off exactly what he can do. And
in terms of your form, a bit's been made about it, obviously, because you've got the captaincy as well, but do you feel having the captaincy is affecting your batting?
To be honest, I don't know. I think last week I played a pretty average shot in the first dig, which can happen, but that's nothing to do with the captaincy. I think, like I said, I made it pretty clear the first week I was probably trying to juggle the two a bit too much, and last week I kind of just put it down to an average shot. But I'm feeling good in the nets, and hopefully going to put some runs together this week.
Does it help that you're coming here to your home ground when you've got such a good record as well?
Yeah, it's always nice. It's always special coming to the Oval. Played obviously a fair bit of first-class cricket and white balling with a couple of test matches here as well, and it's a great place to bat. Obviously some pace in the wicket and a quick outfield as well. So yeah, no, it's always nice coming back here, and we see, hopefully, like I said, put some together.
And finally from me, it's Greg Thorpe's funeral this afternoon. Just wonder your thoughts, your tributes. How will you remember Greg?
I mean, he's obviously a legend of the game, but I think his people skills were fantastic as well. Obviously, I was fortunate enough to work with him for around 3 years in the England stuff, and I was a young batter coming through, and I think especially in the hardest times, he had some real empathy. I know he had his struggles when he was a player as well, but I think just talking to him on a personal level, I'll always remember that. And I think I said it the other week, but I remember him saying one time that the amount of runs you get don't sort of dictate you as a person, and I think sometimes as a young player you kind of feel that, you feel very judged. So I think his people skills and obviously as a coach as well are massively missed, and obviously it'd be a special day today, remembering the great man.
Yeah, I congratulate some amazing wins for each other all over the world against his opposition. You're on the cusp now of winning 6 matches in the summer, and you might have their thoughts about how strong the opposition are, but look, you've got to win those test matches. What would it mean to the team to finish the season 6-0, as the Americans would say.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I think we obviously went to India this winter and didn't quite go as planned, and I think a few years ago when we went to India, it felt like there was almost a bit of a hangover from that series, and we kind of let that affect us that summer. But I think the way we've drawn a line under how that's gone and fixed straight back into how we want to be playing our cricket in England is credit to everybody, and I guess the way Stokes has led as well throughout, and there's just a real good energy about it. And yeah, it'd be special to win 6-0 this summer. And I think winning's a habit, isn't it? So I think going forward it'll put us in good stead, and obviously we've got a lot more cricket to come up. We've got away tours starting in a couple of weeks, well, 3 or 4 weeks as well. So that's an exciting thing. But yeah, focus on this week, and yeah, hopefully we can get the job done and get that 6-0.
Well, you have 2 victories as England captain. That's as many as mine getting. Has this increased your desire or interest in doing it again at some point in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I've loved it. Like I said, I know there's been a lot made about me not getting the runs that I would have liked, and I'm well aware of that. And as a batter, I put myself under enough pressure when I'm captain or not. I want to go in every game and help the team win games with the bat. But as a captain, you've got another opportunity to go and do that and try and get the best out of the bowlers and the rest of the team as well on the pitch. So. No, it's been a massive honour over the last couple of weeks to captain, and like I said, I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, it's definitely something that I'd like to do moving forward. But yeah, the focus is on this week and trying to get the 3-0 win, and then obviously excited for Stokes here. He's obviously missed it massively. He obviously couldn't even go home. He wanted to come around and watch us for the last few weeks, so it'd be great to have him back. There'll be a bit of time for reflection for me as to what I did well and what I did badly after this series. But yeah, like I said, not long before we go to Pakistan and start a new series away.
Absolutely. Just a final quick one for me. I just wonder, in terms of you getting a good score this series, have you done anything different, or will you do anything different? I know there's not much time, it's been a test, but have you changed anything about your approach to maybe shift the success in it?
No, not really. I think I've learned in the past when we try and tinker mid-series, it's quite a hard time to do it. So I think it's just about clearing the head. I guess I like to look back on footage and games that I feel like I played some of my best stuff. So that's probably, I think it's more just that mindset. That's the main thing for me. I guess, like I said, I top-edged a pull shot, got caught deep point last week. So. And I was pretty frustrated with myself for that, but that's nothing to do with technique. It's probably more just drawing a line under it, getting back on like I said, on the footage there when I've been playing my best, some of the innings I played earlier in the summer, and just drawing on some of the positives from that and taking that into this week.
Rory, go ahead, please.
Ollie, if you could just revisit on Josh Hull, can you tell us as a batter, what is the sort of unique proposition that he brings with the angle, the height, all that stuff? Can you sort of explain what makes it difficult facing up to someone like that?
Yeah, I think clearly the height is when you get that extra bounce, you can draw in some more edges with that extra bounce, and makes it a lot harder to drive the ball, especially if there is a little bit of bounce at the oval, which there can be, especially early in the game. And then the angle as a right-hander, obviously we've played four right-arm seamers for the first 2 games. So it's just something different for the batters to think about in the opposition. Ball more coming into the right-hander and obviously away from the left-hander with that swing. So yeah, it's a point of difference, and that he's got some good pace as well when he's clicking in the net. So it's just really exciting, I think, for him. We've seen some really successful left-arm seamers in world cricket, and he's got a great opportunity to sort of step onto the international stage and show what he can do.
When you look at he's only played a handful of games really, and the numbers, he's not as though he's been creamed off the top of the averages to come into the England team. It's the skills and the ability. Can you say a bit about this England team and the sort of boldness with which to choose players based on what they can do, not what they have done in county cricket?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've obviously seen some of the guys. I guess James Smith obviously got picked off what he had been doing for Surrey and the style of player he was, and same with Jordan Cox as well. There's the numbers sometimes speak for themselves, but there's obviously a bigger picture with some of the guys. Obviously, show Bashir the way he's done, and I think obviously Josh Hull coming in and the ceiling that he has as well, and it just shows there's a little bit more to the numbers. And I think it's credit to the way the guys have gone about it and the boldness from, I guess, Brendan and Ben to get these guys in the squad at such a young age as well. I know what it meant to me when I came in at 20. I only played 2 games before I actually got dropped and missed out for a little while, but I drew so much from those 2 experiences I had back then that put me in good stead for when I got back into the side. So I think why not get him in? This is a great opportunity for him, and it's, like I said, he can go show exactly what he can do at the international stage.
Any more questions before we do the red wood? Okay, thank you. Just to work out